Namaste. My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self.
All of you.
I welcome all of you for today's session of Drk-Drsya Viveka. So, Drk-Drsya Viveka is a discrimination process. So, entire Vedanta teaching is about discrimination, Viveka. Discriminate the self from non-self, Atma, Anatma, eternal from temporary, Nitya, Anitya. The Vedantic teaching is about discrimination. So discriminate, finally discard what is Anatma and hold on to Atma, the self. So it's a teaching of Viveka. One of the best great teachings of Viveka is given in Drk-Drsya Viveka. Let us offer our respects to the Sanatana Guru Parampara. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram. So the teaching of Viveka, Drk-Drsya Viveka, is to the entire world is divided into two: the seer and the seen. Drak is the seer, Drashya is the seen. The seen is called Maya, appearance. The seer is the reality. So we have to inquire who is the real seer and go back to the real self. That's the spiritual journey. If you remember in an earlier class, we took up the three seers. Who are the three seers? When I see a flower, the body becomes the seer. Seer number 3. The body is the seer number 3. Seer number 1. Sorry, body is seer number 1. Sense are seer number 1. So I see a flower, my eyes are seeing. So here you have to understand the seer-seen discrimination. This flower cannot see me, but I can see the flower. That's why I am the seer. So what we see in the world, there are so many colors, so many color combinations, so many forms are there. The forms keep on changing. So Drishyam or the scene keeps on changing. Drishyam belongs to the category of Maya, Mithya, changing reality. Whereas Drak belongs to the category of seer, eyes. So many colors are there in the world, but eyes don't have color. Eyes are only black. The black is the color of the eyes. Flower cannot see me, but I can see the flower. That's why I am the Drak, seer, Drak number 1. Now, we have to go to Drak number 2, seer number 2. Is the eyes real seer? Are the eyes seeing really? Actually, it's the mind which knows the presence and absence of the eyes. There are some people who are looking like this, blank. Even if they're looking, they can't see because the mind is somewhere. So mind is seeing through the eyes. The mind is the real seer, seer number 2. Mind knows there's a pain in my eyes are red, there's irritation in the eyes, or I cannot see. That's why mind is the real seer, seer number 2. Then seer number 1 becomes the Drashya. So Drashya is Maya. So the importance of seer number 1 is any seer. The seer cannot see himself or herself. The eyes can see everything in the world, but eyes cannot see itself. So the mind can see the eyes. The eyes become seen, Drshyam. The mind becomes the seer, Drak. So mind cannot see itself. Mind can see the eyes. So when we say, my mind is full of thoughts, it is not the mind which can say that. Somebody sees the mind, he can say that. The mind itself cannot see itself. Mind is the seen. So with respect to eyes, mind is the Drak and eyes are Drashya. Eyes are Maya. Mind is real. Now come to mind. What's happening in the mind? Oh, I'm not able to think. There are too many thoughts in the mind. Who knows this? The mind doesn't know that. It is the Atma or the Sakshi, seer number 3, which sees that. So who is the real seer now? Seer number 3 is the real. Seer number 2 is also Mithya, Maya. Now, the seer cannot see himself or herself. Seer cannot see itself. Why? The moment seer sees itself, the seer becomes Drashya. The moment seer becomes Drashya, the seer becomes an object. So it's a paradox. The seer cannot see itself. So, can anybody see Sakshi? Can anybody see Atma? No. Atma cannot be seen by anybody, including Atma cannot see itself. Atma cannot see the self. Atma can only see the body, mind, and the world through sense organs and the mind. Atma cannot see by seeing itself. So I want to know myself. I want to find myself. You can know everything else except you, real you. Real you is the Atma. So I gave an example of Atma, how the Atma behaves. Atma is like that. So there is a woman who is wearing a mask. Entire body is covered, only eyes are open. That woman is able to see the whole world. But nobody can see the face of the woman. Woman can see everything in the world. Sakshi or Atma is like that. Sakshi means, Akshi word is there, seer. Akshi means seer. So the seer can see everything in the world, but seer cannot see itself, or nobody can see the seer. So now we have a question. If I cannot see my Atma, then what I am searching? What is how to realize the self? Atma-dnana. So Atma-dnana, you don't have to realize and see the self. You have to remove the confusion with non-self. Atma is confused with the body, mind, and intellect. That confusion has to be removed. That is called seeing. That's called knowing the self. How do you remove the confusion? Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivananunane, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. So, by discarding what is non-self, we have to understand what is self, realize what is self. After saying what is non-self, what remains is self. Self cannot be seen. Self can be, you cannot know the self, you can be the self. Atma. So many people want to get a beautiful experience of Atma. Atma is not an experience. The moment Atma becomes an experience, it becomes an object. So people have a concept that Atma-dnana is a beautiful experience. It's not an experience. It's a dnana. The dnana is called Nirvikalpa-dnana. I am the Atma. I am infinite. I am pure. I am Sachidananda Atma. That is a dnana. It's not an experience. Many spiritual seekers are looking in a wrong direction to get an experience of Atma. Atma is not an experience. But Atma, the seer, is present in all experiences. When I see anything in the world, Atma is required. When I see anything happening in sense organs, Atma is there. When I see anything happening in the mind, Atma is there. But Atma itself is not an experience. Atma is present in all experiences. Atma is present in all absence of all experiences. Presence and absence. In the waking state, the world appears. See the world, Atma is there. Okay, in the deep sleep state, there's no world. Then also Atma is there. Atma is there in the presence and absence. That's why Atma is the eternal screen on which the movie of the world plays. So, to realize Atma, you have to, now the Drk-Drsya Viveka takes the approach, remove what is Darshyam and focus on the real Drak, the seer. That's the approach taken by Drk-Drsya Viveka. So now last class, I spoke about Samadhi. What is Samadhi? Samadhi, I said, is holding on to reality. When you hold on to reality, your mind calms down. Peace becomes peaceful. Our mind is agitated because we are holding on to unreality. To hold on to the reality of Atma, mind abiding in the self is called Samadhi. Abiding in the reality. So I gave various examples and meanings of Samadhi. So our mind has a conscious part and subconscious part. Okay? In the conscious part, I gave example of car driving. When you want to learn driving, you have to be very, very careful. Where is the accelerator? Where is the brake? Where is the steering wheel? So after learning the vehicle, the entire conscious learning has gone to subconscious. Deep inside. Right? So subconscious is 90% and conscious mind is 10%. So any learning in life is conscious learning first and subconscious learning next. It is cooking, learning physics, learning chemistry, learning music. Everything is conscious first. When you do the conscious learning, there's an ego involved. I am the doer and activity is there. The doership is involved when you do consciously. But when it goes to subconscious, the doership goes because ego has become subtle now. The doer and deed split is gone now. How? Now, after learning the driving, you go in any traffic. Your mind, subconscious mind, drives the body. Conscious mind can be doing anything. Conscious mind can be thinking of business, stock market, or listening to music. Subconscious mind is not. Your ego can be engaged in any activity. Subconscious mind takes over. So the body is driven by the subconscious mind, where there is a clear learning is happening. The same thing happens in Atma Dhyana also. Consciously, you learn through Shravana and Mana. Who are you? Now, who are you is not a repetition. It is not what we call as self-affirmation. I am Brahman. Like there is what we call as psychology, there is a self-affirmation. Day by day, I'm getting better and better. I'm happy. That is not the affirmation. I am Brahman. I am Brahman is a very, very clear, intuitive understanding arising out of teaching of Vedanta. If this clear, intuitive arising is there, only Nididhyasa is possible. Otherwise, Nididhyasa is not possible. The clarity, who am I, helps you to get Nididhyasa. So the crystal clear clarity can come only through Shravana. So that's why Vedanta says, Shravana matrena danaha, Shravana matrena mukti. Clear listening gives you mukti, liberation. We are thinking that, oh, I have to do meditation to get mukti. There's a role for meditation, but mukti is because of jnana. Vedanta Shravana jnana. Shravana is given, listening is given very much importance in Vedanta. Why? With clarity of understanding, you have to get who am I? Nididhyasa is to remove the established impressions, vasanas. Already existing vasanas are there. To get rid of the vasana, Nididhyasa is required. But jnana happens only through Shravana. The teaching of the realized master can help you to get jnana. There's no other way. That's why Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena parisevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshanaha. Tadviddi pranipatena, surrender to a master. Pariprashnena, ask questions to the master. Parisevaya, do service to the master. Upadekshanti te jnanam ningadvi. Jnana is your upadeshan. Many people have a wrong understanding that Atma Dhyana doesn't require a guru or teaching. On the contrary, Atma Dhyana requires guru or teaching, a realized master. Because jnana is through clarity. So now, Atma Dhyana is also a category of jnana similar to your physics jnana or chemistry jnana or biology jnana. I don't know physics. So that's why I have to get a physics jnana. So I go to a physics teacher and learn physics. No, I don't want to learn physics. I will learn physics through books only. Somewhere we need a physics teacher. Similarly, Atma Adnana also can be removed through the teaching of the realized master. That's why the realized master in Vedanta, we say, Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam, one who is well versed in teaching. Somebody should be a good teacher, because communication has to happen. And Shrotriya Brahmanishta, he should be established in Brahman. These are the two conditions which are required for a good Sadguru, realized master. So with the realized master teaching only, our Adnana will go. And Shravana Matrena, Keval listening only gives liberation, because listening only gives a clarity. Adnana of Atma is removed to Dnana of Atmadnana. Then Atmadnana is Atmadnana, both will go. Adnana is called Avidyamaya, Dnana is called Vidyamaya. So then, this Dnana is very different kind of Dnana. When Vedantic teaching becomes very clear, you will get a direct understanding of who you are. It's called Aparoksha Dnana. Aparoksha Dnana earlier also was there, but it was mixing up with the body-mind complex. The seer was getting mixed up with the seer number 3, which is Sakshi, was getting mixed with the seer number 1 and seer number 2. The mix-up is removed. After mix-up is removed, you will understand clearly who am I, Sakshi. So, Dnana is helping to remove Adnana by a process of negation. So, in the Veda, Drk-Drsya Viveka, we are negating Drishyam, we are negating Sakshi, Drishya, Drak 1, Drak 2, to finally say, I am Drak number 3. So, that is the purpose of Dnana, Viveka. Now, I told there are two types of Samadhi. Samadhi means holding on to, abiding in the self, abiding in the reality. A true Nididhyasa is possible only when you get a crystal clear clarity in Vedantic teaching. Crystal clear clarity. The crystal clear clarity is called Aparoksha Dnana. The clarity of the intellect, Aparoksha Dnana, after listening to a realized master, who am I? That is called Aparoksha Dnana. In the Aparoksha Dnana, there is a direct intuitive a perception. It's called Aparoksha Dnana of the self. So Nididhyasa is possible after that. Before that, if you try to do Nididhyasa becomes Upasana, means some mental concepts will come. I am the Atma, Atma is like space, Atma is like light. So the clarity is not there. As long as clarity is not there, Nididhyasa is still a Upasana. Once the clarity is there, only Nididhyasa becomes really Nididhyasa. So it is like telling somebody, hey, you have a great potential. You can become a billionaire. Okay, think you are a billionaire. So this guy starts visualizing what I am a billionaire, how do I drive a car, how do I house, all those things. He's only with imagination. He's a billionaire. But one day he becomes a billionaire. Then there's no imagination. That's a clarity. How a billionaire lives his life. Similarly, Atma Dnana, Tattvamasi Dnana, until crystal clear clarity emerges through Shravana and Manana, is still a concept. Lot of misconception will be there. And that as long as the misconception is there, you can still do dhyana. It's called upasana, because it's still a mental domain. But once you get a crystal clear clarity, you can go beyond the mental domain and you can abide in the self, which is seer number 3, Sakshi, Atma. So then it's called Nididhyasa. So we should not confuse Nididhyasa with the meditation practices. We confuse many times. There are two types of Nididhyasa, Antar Nididhyasa and Bahya Nididhyasa. Antar Nididhyasa means going inwards. Bahya Nididhyasa means going outwards. What is inside and what is outside? Mandukya Upanishad says, I am Atma Brahma. My inner self is Brahman. The self is always referred to the body-mind complex, Jiva, myself. And Brahman is referred to universe. So the Mandukya Upanishad Rishi says, touches his chest, I am Atma Brahma. That means Atma is with reference to myself. Brahman is the totality. So that's why you use the body language of Rishi. I am Atma Brahma. My inner self is the totality. So there's two parts to realization. The inner self and totality. Realizing inner self and totality. This in Vedanta we say that realization has two parts. Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. That realization and Sarvam khalu ida Brahma. All this in the world is Brahman. The inner and outer, they have to become one. Only when inner and outer are one reality, it's called the transcendental reality. Then only non-duality is transcendent. Otherwise, just inner relation or outer relation is not sufficient. Inner and outer, you have to transcend. That's called non-dual, Advaita. No, I have realized myself, I meditate and I am feeling very peaceful. When I come into the world, I am disturbed. The realization is not complete. Because the world is also Brahman. Antar-nididhyasa is going inwards and Bahya-nididhyasa is going outwards. Finally, outer and inner reality has to be one. So that I normally, every time when I do a meditation, when I do a class, I chant Atmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Satyadarshanam. To know the self is to know God. Brahman is God. Brahmadarshanam, knowing God, is being God, called Satyadarshanam. Atmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam. Brahmadarshanam, Satyadarshanam. So Atmadarshana means reality of the subject called me. Reality of myself is called Sakshi, Chit. Go inwards, I find that I am the consciousness, Chit. It's called Antar-nididhyasa. Brahma Darshanam means go outwards. Reality of objective world is called existence, Sat. Bahya Nididhyasa. Finally, Sat and Chit are one. There's no two. There's no two realities. Only one reality is called, that's called Satya Darshan. So Antar-darshanam, Antar-darshana, Bahir-darshana. Antar-nididhyasa, Bahya-nididhyasa are two realities. Many people, they say, I have meditating for last 20 years. I want to spend all the time in meditation. My dear sir, the meditation, you have gone inwards. But what is not realized is the outer reality is also one reality. The inner and outer is one reality called Brahman. So that is not done. Antar-nididhyasa, Bahya-nididhyasa is together required for total realization. Now, when you go inwards, I find myself sphere number 3, Sakshi. Sakshi is called Chit. When I go outwards, I find the world. World is nothing but Brahman or Sat. Sat and Chit are not different. Sat and Sat is Chit. For example, if I ask you, sir, are you aware? You say, yes, I am aware. Okay. Now, can you say, I'm not aware? To say, I'm not aware, also you need awareness. You cannot deny your awareness. Sir, do you exist? Yes, I exist. You cannot say, I don't exist. So, our existence and awareness is our intuitive knowledge. Sat and Chit, both are together. That's why in the outer world also, Brahman is also Sat and Chit. And the totality is called Satchidananda, Akhanda. So now we are we said in Antar-nididhyasa, there are three types of Samadhi. Rupanavit Savikalpa, Shabdanavit Savikalpa, and Nirvikalpa. Rupanavit Savikalpa also is called Drashyanavit Savikalpa, Shabdanavit Savikalpa, Nirvikalpa. There are 3 stages we are told in the Antar Samadhi. What is Rupanavit Savikalpa? Antar Samadhi, as I said, is going inwards, going into the subject called me. Who is this me? Who am I? Am I the seer number 1? Or am I the seer number 2? Or am I the seer number 3? You are the seer number 3. Then whatever is seen is Drashya. So Drashya is Mithya, appearance. So gradually seer number 1, seer number 2, and whatever is seen should be discarded as Mithya. So when you go inwards, when you close your eyes, what is there? The physical world is gone. The outer world is gone. The mental world opens up. What is mental world? Thoughts, feelings, and emotions is the mental world. Now, these are the mental objects. Like physical object, anything is there. A glass, physical object, a glass is there. Or apple is there. These are physical objects. Similarly, mental objects are thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Physical objects were very clear. I can see the glass, I'm not the glass. I can see the apple, I'm not the apple. Objects I'm very clear in the physical world. Mental objects also, I can see my thoughts. That's why I'm not the thoughts. So from outer world to go inner world, the thoughts are not myself. So the first level of Antanidhyasa focuses on the thoughts, looks at the thoughts or feelings or emotions or sensations, where thoughts appear and disappear, feelings appear and disappear, emotion appears and disappears, breath appears and disappears, but the Sakshi does not change. So in the first step, you are holding on to the thought that I am Sakshi, I am the Sakshi, and what I am seeing is the objects. So I am the seer number 3, Sakshi. Thoughts are the objects. Now objects are inert, Jada. Just like this glass is object, inert, thoughts are also inert. But thoughts are appearing in my consciousness. I am the light illuminating the thoughts. In my light, thoughts are shining. That's why I'm able to see the thoughts are there. For example, you go to a dark room, shine a torch, you can see the objects there. Only light is there, you can see the object. Otherwise, there's no object there. So similarly, thoughts are illuminated by light called Atma Jyoti, Antar Jyoti. Atma Jyoti, my light of myself, illuminate the thoughts, Antar Jyoti. That's why I'm able to see the thoughts. Now the thoughts have 2 parts. One part of the thought is inert, Jada, and other part of the thought is consciousness, Chaitanyam, which is illuminating it. So now, what is the process of discrimination? So Chaitanyam is illuminating thought. The Chaitanyam or Chidabhasa is illuminating thought. That's why Chidabhasa is a reflected consciousness or thought, mind. The reflection always points to the original, is myself. Original cannot be seen, Sakshi cannot be seen, Sakshi is the seer. So every thought just points to my own nature, Sakshi. Every feeling points to my own nature. Every emotion points to my own nature, Sakshi. A beautiful concept. I don't have to remove thoughts. I don't have to remove feelings. I don't have to remove emotions. Many people have a very wrong understanding that thoughts have to be removed, emotions have to be removed, feeling has to be removed. No. The thoughts, emotions, feelings are reflecting surface. They are only pointing to original. The moment thought comes, immediately our attention is, oh, I am the seer. So that way, you have to hold on to thought called I am the Sakshi. I am the seer. This is called Nididhyasa. Is there ego here? There's an ego there. I am Sakshi, thought is there. It is like this, no? Nowadays, we take a selfie, right? Photo, camera is holding. See my face. So we are not saying my face is in the camera. My face is here. Okay. So like that, whenever thoughts, feelings, emotion come, my face, I am the seer. Seer cannot be seen. I am the unseen seer. Seer number 3. This has to be removed. This remembrance or this holding on to thought is called, I am Sakshi thought, is called Shabda Arupan with Savikalpa. It's also called Drashya with Savikalpa because Drashya, thoughts are Drashya. Drashya are Mithya. So that's why I am taking. I'll give another example. Look at my hand. There are 5 fingers here. Okay. So now, am I looking at my hand? So there's a light reflection on my hand. That's why I am seeing reflected light. Reflected light is showing the presence of tube light. My attention has to go to tube light using reflected light. Similarly, am I seeing reflected light here? In reality, my awareness, Atma Jyoti, is reflecting on the hand. The reflection, Chidabhasa, I am seeing. So my attention has to go to the seer, who is unseen, unseen seer. Invisible seer has to go. Attention. Invisible seer you cannot see. You are the invisible seer, seer number 3. So don't run away from thoughts. Don't run away from feelings. Don't run away from emotions. There's a story in case of I think in Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's life. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Sharada Devi were living in Calcutta. The many students, when they're trying to meditate, they were getting distracted because there's a big loudspeaker there. Some factory. They used to have very big sound. That's like what you call as alarm to invite the worker to come to the factory at a given time. So these people complained to Mother Sharda, we are getting distracted with sound. Too much of sound, we are not able to meditate. Mother Sharda told them, can you hear the sound? How is the sound? Oh, the sound is there. The sound you visualize, it's Omkara. Now, Omkara is telling you to meditate. So the sound is not distracting you. Sound is meditation. The sound can be used to meditate. So that's why Nididhyasa, nothing is a distraction. Everything is a pointer to Atma. Every single experience points to Atma. Experience are Mithya, Atma is Satya. So like that, we have to go back to the self. Anything. Never try to run away from feelings. Never run away running from memories. Who is seeing the memory? I am the Sakshi. So that's why Ramana Maharshi says, find out who am I. So attention should go to seer, not to the seen. Seen is Mithya, Maya. It will appear and disappear. So Rupan with Savikalpa Samadhi, then it will come to Shabdan with Savikalpa Samadhi. So now the mind is settled. So your attention has gone. So now you are seeing the hand, then you are understanding that I am seeing the reflection of light on the hand, and I am seeing my reflection of my mind, my Atma, Bahir Jyoti. I am seeing reflection. That's pointing to my inner self, Sakshi. So attention goes to Sakshi. Now attention you are taken out from the outer world, thoughts and feelings to inner Sakshi. So when it goes to Sakshi, then you have to ask a question. What is Sakshi? Who is Sakshi? So Vedantic teaching gives a very clear understanding of Sakshi. Brahmadnana Vadimala of Sri Shankara tells about Sakshi. Asangoham, 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 Puna Puna. I am the unattached. I am unattached. I am the light. Okay. Sachidananda Swarupoham. I am Sachidananda Swarupa. Like that, you have to remember the nature of Sakshi. This is called Shabdana Savikalpa. Shabda means Vedanta teaching. You have to remember Vedantic teaching. Now, what Guru has told, what Vedantic teaching you have learned in the class, you have to remember now. You have to hold on to Vedantic teaching. First level, you have to hold on to I am Sakshi thought. Second level, you hold on to Vedantic teaching, which is pointing to your reality of the Sakshi, which is pure awareness, Brahman. So then, your mind, then you can drop I am the Sakshi thought also. No longer I am Sakshi thought is required. And you stay as Nirvikalpa, thoughtless. So Nirvikalpa means, Vikalpa means thought. What is the thought? The subject-object duality is Vikalpa. So when you drop the thought called I am Sakshi, there's no subject-object duality because object as thoughts have already discarded as Mithya. Sakshi also I'm saying dropping. I am Sakshi thought also I'm dropping. Now I'm pure awareness. There's no thought. I am Brahman. So you will have a thought called I am Brahman. Finally, I am Brahman thought also is no longer required. So then you have entered, this is called Shabdan with Savikalpa. Finally, you come to Nirvikalpa. That's called Antar Nirvikalpa Samadhi. What is Antar Nirvikalpa Samadhi? Shloka number 26. Antar Nirvikalpa Samadhi is a state in which mind becomes steady. How? Light, a lamp of light kept in a, let's say, glass enclosure is there. We put a deepam we light and put a glass enclosure to prevent wind blowing it out. So the lamp is steady. Okay. So now the lamp doesn't blow because of wind. Like that, mind becomes steady with the knowledge that I am Brahman. Please understand, it's not a thoughtless state. It's a knowledge of I am Brahman. Okay. It's not a blank state. It is a knowledge of Brahman. So many people think that Samadhi is a blank state. Samadhi is a thoughtless state. No. Samadhi is a state of thought. Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa means not thoughtless. Nirvikalpa means subject-object duality is not there. Please understand the difference. Vikalpa means thought. Nirvikalpa means thoughtless. It is not thoughtless. Vikalpa also means subject-object duality. Nirvikalpa means no subject-object duality. How is that possible? No subject-object duality. I give an example. the car driving. When I am driving a car, I am very clear, very conscious. Ego is there. I am driving the car. Ego is there, and car is there, and road is there. Subject object duality is there. So after many hours of learning, that learning goes into subconscious. Now there's no ego required to. It's subconsciously the program is running. So body is driving the car. The ego is not required. So the program runs. Similarly, I am Brahman. After Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa, thought goes deep into your subconscious. Now you don't have to hold thought. In the subconscious, there's no subject object duality. In the conscious mind, there's subject object duality. I am the thinker. The thought is there and object is there. I am there and car is there. In subconscious, there's no car and me. Automatically things are happening. It's called spontaneous driving. So this is what happens in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. The gross thought called I am Brahman, gross thought called I am Sakshi goes into subconscious. Now it goes deeper into subconscious. Then you will be like a sleep-like state. So Nididhyasa or Samadhi is like a sleep-like state. What is the difference between sleep and Samadhi? In Samadhi, in sleep, are there thoughts? The thoughts are in the causal form, or deep impressions are there, causal form. In the waking state, thoughts are in the gross form. In the dream state, thoughts are in subtle form. In Samadhi or in deep sleep, the thoughts are in the causal form, in the seed form. So why do you say thoughts are in causal form? In deep sleep, you will have a blissful sleep. There's no subject-object duality. You have bliss. Then when you wake up, then you say, why do you wake up? Because the ego comes up. In deep sleep, ego has gone to causal state. Causal means impression, which cannot be, there's no division there. There's no subject-object duality. In the deep sleep, you cannot divide. This is subject, this object. The deep impression in the causal state sprouts in the waking state. Then body comes and the world comes. So now what happens? Nididhyasa, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa will take the thought to causal state. So then, is there a difference between sleep and Samadhi? Exactly similar. Experience the same bliss. So Samadhi Ananda is same as sleep Ananda. So you think that Samadhi Ananda is very different. Samadhi is like a sleep. But sleep is unconscious, Samadhi is conscious. Now many people have a wrong understanding of conscious and unconscious. So they think that Admani sleeps and he knows he is sleeping. He is aware that he is sleeping. Please understand it's wrong. It's a wrong and misinterpretation. If you become aware that you are sleeping, then you are not sleeping. You are in a waking state. So conscious sleep means something else. Conscious sleep means Nana in the conscious state. I am Brahman, I am Sakshi, has gone into causal condition, seed condition. It will be like a sleep only, but Nana is there in the sleep. Nana has gone deep into the sleep. So Adnani sleeps. While sleeping, he has still Adnana. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. Adnani also, and when he goes to the sleep, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. Ego will also go to causal condition. Where causal condition is like a seed. And then you come to waking state. Seed will sprout, become a plant and tree. The other way. So what happens with Gnani? Gnani goes to Samadhi. For Gnani, sleep also becomes Samadhi. Experience of sleep is same for Gnani or Adnani. Experience of Samadhi and sleep is also same. But what is put as seed in the Samadhi is different. What is put in seed in Samadhi? So Gnani will go with a clarity. What is the clarity? Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shiva Nanunani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not intellect, I'm pure consciousness, Shiva Swarupi. I'm not the thoughts, I'm not the emotions, I'm not the feeling, I'm pure awareness, Sakshi. So this thought goes deep into the subconscious. Subconscious is unconscious. Sleep is like an unconscious state. In unconscious state, impressions are there. Seed. So this is the difference between a Jnani and a Adnani. Many people think that a Jnani means consciously sleeps. Means in sleep also is awake. What's happening? Please understand, if he has become awake and sleep, he is not sleeping. He is in the awake state. But Jnana has gone into sleep. Jnana that I am Brahman. So that's why when he wakes up, Jnani wakes up, he wakes up with the understanding, I am Brahman. That understanding doesn't get lost. Whereas Adnani, when he wakes up, I am the body, thought comes up again. Because seed becomes sprouts. So this is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. In Nirvikalpa Samadhi, there is no subject-object duality. Ego is not there to do something. Ego is not there to think, I am Brahman. In the conscious state, there is a subject-object duality. I have to think. I have to hold on to thought called I am Sakshi. I have to hold on to thought that I have to think Sakshi. Thoughts come, I have to remember I am Sakshi. There is subject-object duality there. When it goes to subconscious and unconscious, the duality is not required. Thought will go automatically. Like body and mind functions automatically. Like that, it automatically functions. There's no ego is required in that sense. Ego is the subject-object duality. No, I have to hold on to thought consciously. No, it's not required. It runs. This is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Antar Nirvikalpa. In Antar Nirvikalpa, you realize you are a Sakshi. Antar Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Then we'll go to finally what we call as Drshyan with Bahya Vikalpa. So now other three types of Samadhi, which is actually Bahya Samadhi, is described. Drshyan with Bahya Vikalpa, Shabdan with Bahya Vikalpa, and Nirvikalpa. Drshyan with Bahya Nirvikalpa Samadhi. There are three types of Samadhi are described. This is sloka number 27-28. So now, what is Bahya Samadhi? Bahya Samadhi is our mind has to go to the outer world. Okay. So now Bahya Samadhi can be practiced with the eyes open. Please understand, eyes open, Nididhyasa can be done. With eyes open, it doesn't require closing of eyes. So many Zen Buddhism practices, if you see Zen Buddhism meditators, they come, they sit crossed, they sit on the Vajrasana and they face the wall. They look at the wall, eyes open. They're not closing the eyes. There's a Buddhist monk, I think Milarepa, I don't remember the exact name, Milarepa, who practiced in Kailas Mansarovar. There's a cave. In the cave, he kept his eyes open, kept looking at the wall of the cave, dark wall of the cave. 10 years he practiced. It's called Bahya Nididhyasa. In the Bahya Nididhyasa, attention in the outer world. So now, the world, what we say, Jagat, has 5 aspects. What is that? Asti, Bhati, Priyam, Nama and Rupa. Asti means exists. The world exists. Existence is the nature of the world. Any time when you walk on the street, do you feel the street will disappear? There will be no street, you will fall somewhere. Because existence is taken for granted in the world. Anytime sky will fall on the head, existence of sky is taken for granted. Existence is taken as nature of the world is there deep ingrained in our consciousness. That's called Asti. Oh, what about non-existence? Nasti. Then I'll ask you a question. Do you think non-existence is there? Yes, non-existence also is there. Where there's nothing, there's non-existence. My dear sir, nothing exists is called existence only. Even we cannot think of non-existence without thinking of existence. So existence is the nature of the universe. Astitva. There is nothing. There is nothing means is already there. Existence is there. Nothing is there. So the existence is the nature of the world. That's called Asti. Now there's a problem. We make a mistake. we say the flower exists, the sun exists, the moon exists, as if existence is an adjective to the flower. Flower is a noun, existence is adjective. Upadhi. In reality, it's not like that. Existence appears as flower. Existence is the noun, flower is the adjective. Ulta. Our language is ulta pulta. That's why it confuses us. It is sun exists is not correct. Existence is appearing as sun. The noun should come first and adjective should come next. When I say gold necklace, gold is the noun and necklace is the adjective, because necklace is the form of gold and noun. Do you say necklace gold? Adjective first, noun first and adjective next? Gold is not, gold is the noun. Gold necklace. Necklace is the adjective. Necklace is the name and form of gold. Similarly, existence appears as flower. Isness appears as flower. So our language causes maya, illusion. Everything in the world is called astitva, existence, asti. Then called bhati, shining. What is shining in the world? The consciousness is the light. Antar jyotihi, bahir jyotihi, pratyek jyotihi, paratpara, jyotireva jyotihi, swayam jyotihi, atma jyotihi, shivosmeham. The greatest light is atma jyoti. Awareness is the only light. Everything else is a physical light, not mental light. Antar jyoti means the light which illuminates in the mind. Bahir jyoti means light illuminating the world. What light? Awareness. So this world is there, but I am not aware. Then there is no world there. The world is illuminated by awareness. The awareness is the bahir jyoti. And what is the bahir jyoti? Atma jyoti, myself, light of the self. Bahir jyoti. So now bahir jyoti illuminates the world. Right? So jyoti means light. Jyoti shines. The consciousness shines. The light shines. See, there's a shining light, tube light, flashlight. So you are not recognizing a light which is greater shining than the light, physical light. There's Atma Jyoti. Because Atma Jyoti is there, only you are seeing anything else in the world. So the shining of the light of Atma Jyoti is called Bhati. So there is a saying in Sanskrit shloka, Koti Surya Samaprabha. The divine is like a millions of sunlight. Many people mistake that. So what they think that they will visualize, they close their eyes. Oh, I see a light, very bright light. Then I saw God. No. What you saw is a mental light. When you open your eyes, you see the physical light, mental light. But the light which is shining on the mental light is Atma Jyoti. You cannot see it. Atma Jyoti is shining on the physical world. That Atma Jyoti which is shining is greater than any light. It's Koti Surya Samaprabha. It's more than millions of sunlights. Because you want to see one sun, I need a light. That light is Atma Jyoti. Light which can show another light is called highest light. That's called Paranjyoti. Atma Jyoti is the Paranjyoti. That's what I am, Sakshi. So that light is what we call is Bhati, shining. So Bhati and Pratibhati we have to understand. When I see an apple, the light is shining on the apple. So light is original light and there's a reflection here. Light is called Bhati, shining. Pratibhati means reflection. Similarly, everything in the world, the living beings and non-living beings are there. Living beings are Jiva. Jivas shine light, Atma Jyoti. That's called Bhati. And they see the world in the Pratibhati, reflection. Reflection of light. Chidabhasa. I am that light, Atma Jyoti. Antar Jyoti, Bahir Jyoti. Asti, Bhati, Priyam. Priyam means everything in the world runs because I like something. Apple is I like Priya. So Priyam is also nature of the world. Something in the world is I like. Then you will come and question, no, some people don't like apple. Apriya. Apriya also is Priya only. Priya means some people, apple going into their mouth is Priya. Some people throwing out the apple is Priya. Both are Priya only. Ultimately, Priya means like. Somebody getting is some like for somebody, not getting, throwing out is like for somebody, but like is the nature. Asti Bhati Priyam. These are three aspects of the world. And these three aspects is nothing but Brahman, Satchidananda Brahman, Asti Bhati Priyam. Correct? Then two more aspects are there, Nama and Rupa. Everything in the world has a name and form. Name and form keeps on changing. So there's a seed. The seed becomes a plant. The seed has become plant. The form has changed. Now we are calling it a plant. The plant gives a flower. Now we are giving a flower. The flower is a bud there. The bud becomes flower. The flower gets wilted. Then it becomes a fertilizer. The name and form is constantly changing in the world. Your body is constantly changing. Your mind is constantly changing. Your intellect is constantly changing. Everything in the world is changing. That's why Nama and Rupa. So what is changing is Mithya. Because something unchanging is required. The unchanging is Asti Bhati, Asti, existence. So if you have to project a movie, the screen has to be stable. If the screen itself is shaky, you can't project a movie. So the movie is projected on screen which is stable. So Astitva, existence, is the screen on which the entire movie of the world is constantly going on. Change is the nature of the world. Change is the only thing which is constant in the world. Nothing is stationary. Everything is moving. Astitva doesn't change. Existence doesn't change. That existence is Brahman. So, we have a problem with the language. We convert what is changing into a noun. It's false. For example, we say river. Is there such a thing called river? River is a flow of water. Water flowing is river. The flowing is the verb. But for our convenience, we convert that verb into a noun. And then we believe that it's a noun. That's a saying. How many times you can take a bath in a river? You can't even take a bath in the river because water is flowing. When you put your leg, your body is changing. So you cannot take a bath in the river even once because everything is changing. The changing thing is called a noun, verb. Our language converts the noun into verb. Our mind converts the noun into verb. That's another problem. When we convert noun into verb, what is changing, we make it a permanent. That we are holding on, which is the illusion. So that's why Nama and Rupa are Mithya, unreal. Then what is Satya? Astitva is Satya, existence. See, when we are holding on to something which is changing, we get hurt. The hurt is not coming from the objects of the world. The hurt is coming because we are holding on to the hurt, holding on to that. You know how monkey is caught? The monkey catcher keeps some peanut in a glass peanuts. The monkey sees the peanuts. The glass is fixed in the ground. Monkey sees the peanut and puts its hand and holds the fish. So it's not able to remove the fish. It's stuck there in the bottle. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days are gone. Monkey is not able to come out because it's holding on to peanuts. It's not letting go. And monkey catcher comes. Monkey is fasting for 4 days for sake of peanuts. Then monkey catcher comes, puts a chain around the monkey and makes monkey dance. It becomes a prisoner. Our life is exactly like that. We are holding on to the objects of the world. Now I'll ask a question. Who is holding the monkey? Is bottle holding the monkey? Is peanut holding the monkey? Or monkey is holding the peanut? All that monkey has to do is let go. We are thinking that the objects of the world are holding us. No. We are gripping the objects of the world. We are holding. And what you are holding is changing constantly. And what happened to you when you are holding something constantly changing? You are getting hurt. That's your hurt in life. The objects are not causing hurt. Peanut is causing monkey. Peanut is not holding monkey. Monkey is holding the peanut. Look at the fan. The fan is rotating. So when fan is switched off, you put your hand there, nothing happens to you. But when the fan is rotating, you try to hold the fan, your hand will get hurt. So everything in the world is constantly changing. They're trying to hold on to that. That's the problem. This Buddha caste is clinging. Clinging causes the problem. The objects themselves don't cause the problem. Objects themselves are changing. So first level of Nirvikalpa Bahya Nirvikalpa Samadhi is to understand the objects are changing. Mithya. Then Asti. Everything in the world exists. Sun exists, moon exists, tree exists. On the other, reality is existence appears as sun, moon, and tree. Appearance change, but existence doesn't change. You are holding on to existence of the world. With your eyes open or eyes closed, you can do Bahya Nidhyas. Existence. Now, I also exist. I am also existing. So, your attention should go to constantly existence. Nama and Rupa, you have to discard as Mithya. Is changing. What is not changing, my dear? Everything in the world is changing. Was Bangalore? Bangalore was called pensioners' paradise 25 years back. Now, is Bangalore pensioners' paradise? To go on the street, pensioners have to be afraid. They can't go on the street. So much of traffic. Bangalore is changing. Your body is changing. Your mind is changing. Your relationships are changing. The person whom you call a friend or relative is already changed. Who was there for 1 year is not now. But you are holding on to the memory, images which are not real. Snapshot. That hurts you. It's not the friend or relative which hurts you. You're holding on to changing reality hurts you. Monkey is not, peanut is not hurting monkey. Monkey is holding the peanut. That's what's hurting you. So all that you have to do is, monkey has to do is let go. Similarly, we have to let go the changing name and form of the world. That's the first step. It's called Rupanavit Savikalpa, Bahya Savikalpa. Savikalpa means, when you say word Savikalpa, Vikalpa means thought is there. Subject object duality is there. I am holding on to existence. Now, I exist. You're holding on to there's a subject object duality. The one who is holding and what you're holding on. We can hold on anything. You don't have to take entire world. You can take an apple or you can take an apple or flower in Bahya Nidhyasa. Oh, flower, apple, everything is changing. But existence is appearing as changing. Existence doesn't change. I am that apple is existence. I also exist. As existence, we are one reality. Like that, you can do Bahya Nidhyas. You have to hold on to Bahya Savikalpa, Bahya Rupanavit Savikalpa, or Bahya Drshyanavit Savikalpa. Drashya is objects of the world. You don't have to take all the objects. You can take any objects also. Okay. Then you go to Shabdanvit Bahya Savikalpa. You have to remember the teaching of Vedanta here. What is existence? What is the nature of existence? Existence is akhanda. There are no parts in existence. Existence has no parts. I am a part of existence is false. The totality has no parts. Why totality has no parts? Let us take a car. Car has wheels, steering, seat. So remove part by part. The thieves, what they do, they remove part by part. Then there's no car. If something has a part, then remove the part. The substance will not be there. Car will not be there. Similarly, the totality has parts. Remove the parts. The existence will not be there. It's impossible to have non-existence. So that's why nothing is a part in existence. That's why I am the existence. You can say I'm part of existence. You don't say I am part of existence. I am existence. I exist. So now you go to Shabdanvit Savikalpa. Bahya Savikalpa Samadhi. Nature of existence is not a part of an object. Existence appears as object. Appearance changes, but existence doesn't change. That's why next step is Shabdanvit Savikalpa. You have to hold on to the nature of existence. What is that? Akhanda, Ananta, Sanatana, Brahma, Shivoham, Akhanda, Ananta, Sanatana, Brahma, Shivoham. Akhanda means infinite, partless. Ananta means infinite. That infinite existence, I am. You have to claim I am. Please understand, in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Savikalpa Samadhi or Nirvikalpa Samadhi, everything you have to claim as I am. So you cannot say Sakshi is there, as if Sakshi is somewhere. you have to say, I am Sakshi. In Bhaya Nirvikalpa, you have to say, I am Akhanda. I am Sakshi. I am their existence. So when you bring in I am, the Paroksha becomes Aparoksha. Aparoksha means what is third party, you have to make it first party. So Aparoksha, don't think that Aparoksha Dana is something else. So Akhanda Ananta Sanatana Brahma. Brahma is Akhanda. Okay, that's called Paroksha Dana. I am that Akhanda Ananta Sanatana Brahma is called Aparoksha Dana. You have to claim that I am. That's where Aparoksha Dana comes into picture. So once you come to the Aparoksha Dana, Shabdanvid is now you have to hold on to teaching of Vedanta. Akhanda Ananta Sanatana Brahma Shivoham. I am that Akhanda Ananta Sanatana. Brahma is not Akhanda Ananta Sanatana. Now you have to bring in place of Brahma, you have to replace the I am. Then only it becomes Aparoksha Dana. Then you go into Nirvikalpa. I have already told the nature of Nirvikalpa. It's like a sleep-like state. In that, in the deep subconscious state, or in a deep causal state, you are putting a thought, I am that infinite, Akhanda, Ananta, Sanatana Brahma. I am not a limited individual, limited to body and mind. That's what happens in Nirvikalpa. Nirvikalpa is not thoughtless state. Nirvikalpa is a state where the duality of subject object is not there. That happens in subconscious mind, that happens in unconscious mind, in deep sleep. There is no subject object duality. There is no ego required. Ego is required only in the conscious state for doing anything. The doership is there. I am meditated is there. So that becomes Bahya Nirvikalpa. Now, next question comes. Antar Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Bahya Nirvikalpa. There are two Samadhis, Antar and Bahya. Subject and object. Subject is Sakshi and object is existence. No. There's only one reality. Atmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Satyadarshanam. In inner Antar Samadhi, you find out Atma. Atma is Sakshi. Because Sakshi you can find only in your body and mind. Sakshi, consciousness you cannot find anywhere else. Everything else is object. So go inside and find your consciousness. Go outside, everything is existence. Now, existence and consciousness are not two different entities. Existence is consciousness, consciousness is existence. The entire world is Brahman. How existence consciousness? You can say I am aware, but you cannot say I am not aware. You can say I exist, but you cannot say I don't exist. Existence and consciousness goes together. In that sense, Sat is Chit, Chit is Sat. And Sat and Chit is Akhanda, Ananta, infinite. That's why you are no longer, you are not an individual, limited individual. So this Jnana comes. Now here, the brother, the Drk-Drsya Viveka tells us, Rasaswada, enjoy the rasa. So, what is enjoy the rasa? In Savikalpa Samadhi, we are holding on to a thought, I am Sakshi, or existence is Akhanda. So now this is called thought of Akhandakara Vritti. I am Sakshi. Okay. So it's called Akhandakara Vritti because there is no Khanda there. There is no part there. What is part? Subject-object duality is not there. I am Advaita. Sakshi is Advaita. Existence is Advaita. That's why it's called Akhandakara Vritti. Don't have to imagine some Akhandakara Vritti. In existence, there is no subject-object split. So you're holding on to a thought, I am Brahman, I am Sakshi, which is Akhanda. So first you are holding on to Akhandakara Vritti in Savikalpa Samadhi. That's subject-object duality. Now, Akhandakara Vritti becomes Akhanda Rasa. Rasa means enjoyment. So I enter into Samadhi. What is state of Samadhi? Like deep sleep state. I enjoy deep sleep state. Like that, I say I enjoyed Samadhi. Please understand, Samadhi and sleep are experience are alike. It's not different. Don't think that Samadhi experience is something very drastically different from sleep state. So now Akhandakara Vritti becomes Akhanda Rasa. What is Akhanda Rasa? In deep sleep, there's no Khanda. Parts are not there. Deep sleep subject-object duality is not there. So Akhanda Rasa. Okay. So now enjoy that akhanda rasa. So then what happens? People think that, okay, I have to keep on doing samadhi because I have to enjoy akhanda rasa. So that's why in Mandukya Karika and possibly in Panchadashi, be careful about rasaswada. Means, I want samadhi, samadhi gives me bliss. I want meditation because meditation gives me happiness. Don't get attached to that. They caution. Because still you are attached to the mind. Deep sleep, I am getting samadhi, I am getting happiness. That means samadhi is a state of mind. I am happiness, getting a state of happiness through samadhi. So don't get attached to rasaswada. That's told in what we call as Mandukya Karika or Panchadashi. But in Drk-Drsya Viveka, rasaswada is used in a very different way. Rasaswada, enjoy the rasaswada, he says. Now we'll get a confusion. So Mandukya Upanishad, Mandukya Karika and Panchadashi is saying you don't enjoy rasaswada, get out of rasaswada, don't get addicted to samadhi. Here it is said that enjoy the rasaswada. Where is the confusion here? The rasaswada word is used in different connotation here. So enjoy rasaswada means here enjoy the nirvikalpa jnana. It is not nirvikalpa samadhi. Nirvikalpa jnana is I am Brahman. A deep rooted thought which has gone deep into your subconscious, unconscious. Enjoy that. It's called nirvikalpa jnana. Nirvikalpa samadhi is a state like sleep like state. Nirvikalpa jnana is in the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, your subconscious, unconscious impression, nirvikalpa jnana. Enjoy that. So rasaswada word in Drk-Drsya Viveka and Mandukya Karika are different. Don't get confused with that. Mandukya Karika says don't get addicted to rasaswada. That's why he's saying don't get addicted to samadhi. Because samadhi is also a state. Don't get addicted to meditation. So Drk-Drsya Viveka says go into samadhi and then realize I am that infinite self. Because of I am the infinite self, I am my happiness, my infinite ananda is reflected in the mind as happiness. So I am not addicted to happiness of the mind. So there is bimba and pratibimba. I am the sakshi, I am Brahman, I am infinite. Infinite means ananda. Ananda word comes from ananta, infinite. It's not happiness. I am infinite, that jnana is called nirvikalpa jnana. We are not speaking of nirvikalpa samadhi now. We have come from samadhi, we have gone to nirvikalpa jnana. I am bimba. Bimba means original. My mind is, I am getting reflected in the mind as happiness. Happiness of samadhi or happiness of sleep. That's pratibimba. So don't get attached to pratibimba. Don't get attached to samadhi. That's the meaning of rasaswada. Hold on to the thought, I am Brahman. That means even samadhi sukha is not permanent. It's temporary. Nirvikalpa jnana only is permanent because nirvikalpa jnana goes deep into unconscious. That's called mukti. So reflected ananda, don't get attached to that. That's what Mandukya Karika says. Here, hold on to the original ananda, I am Brahman, that's called jnana. It's not happiness, it's atma jnana in Drk-Drsya Viveka. Then stambhi bhava or kashaya. So these are blocks to samadhi in what we call as Mandukya Karika, or it is told in Mandukya Karika, or in this one, Panchadashi. So stambhi bhava is kashaya. So people say, I am meditating, blankness is there, what to do? Blankness is stambhi bhava. Mind has become blank. Mind has become dull. Or kashaya. Some subconscious impressions are coming. My memories are coming. This memory is coming. That memory is coming. This is happening. I am suffering. The kashaya means some thoughts. Stambhi bhava means dullness, blankness. So in Drk-Drsya Viveka, you hold on to stambhi bhava, he says. Whereas Mandukya Karika and Panchadashi, they say, Stambhi Bhava or Kashaya is a block. Now, which of this is true? Stambhi Bhava in Drk-Drsya Viveka, the blankness is not a solution. I am Brahman. That thought you hold on. Kashaya means mental impressions. So many memories, this memory, that memory. That is a block. Hold on to a thought called I am Brahman, I am Sakshi. Enjoy that thought. The mind is focused on Vedantic thought is Stambhi Bhava. Stambha means mind is holding on. In many meditations, people's minds are blank. They're holding on to blankness. In Drk-Drsya Viveka, hold on to thought that I am Sakshi, I am Brahman. That's called Stambhi Bhava. So, Drk-Drsya says, hold on to Stambhi Bhava. It's not a block. The contexts are very different. Two opposite, different contexts. People don't, without understanding commentary, they will think that two scriptures are contradicting each other. So now what will happen if you do this? Then Sahaja Samadhi ensues. Bahya Nirvikalpa, finally Sahaja Samadhi. Nirvikalpa, from Nirvikalpa Samadhi, you have to go to Nirvikalpa Jnana. Samadhi is not final. Samadhi is a practice. Nirvikalpa Jnana is final. In Sahaja Samadhi, with the disappearance of the attachment to the body and with the realization of Supreme Self, mind, wherever the mind goes, in the outer world or closed eyes, there is an effortless Samadhi. Samadhi means holding on to the reality. There is an effortlessness. What do you mean by effortlessness? You don't need an effort. There's no ego required. See, first learning a car, you need an ego. You are very struggle to hold on. But if it has gone to subconscious and unconscious, the car driving is effortless. Same thing is cooking. Initially, when you start cooking, how much oil has to put, how much mirchi, pepper, all these things are very conscious effort is required. After it becomes effortless. Samadhi becomes effortless. I am Brahman becomes effortless. That's called Sahaja Samadhi. So then you don't have to do meditation. Nidhyasa is not required. Nidhyasa is over. A Gnani can be very well active in the world and he is in Samadhi. People cannot know his Samadhi. Somebody came to Ramana Maharshi's ashram from some guru. Ramana Maharshi was inside. They asked Ramana Maharshi's Shishyas, I want to take a point, I have a darshan of Ramana Maharshi. What time is convenient? They asked a question, what time Ramana Maharshi sits in Samadhi? What time Ramana Maharshi sits in meditation? Please tell me when Ramana Maharshi is not Samadhi, then we want to meet him. Their concept is somebody has to practice Samadhi. Ramana Maharshi is Sahaja Samadhi. He doesn't have to practice. Ramana Maharshi said, Ramana Maharshi is always in Samadhi. He doesn't need to sit in Samadhi. It's called Sahaja Samadhi. The purpose of meditation, purpose of everything, Shravana, Mana, Nidhyasa, is to be in Sahaja Samadhi. Natural state. Naturally, you are abiding self. How is natural? When you go out on the street, you don't have to remember you are a woman. I am the woman is deep in your subconscious and unconscious. When you are with the husband, you don't have to remember you are a woman. You play the role of wife, but still you remember, still you deep inside, you are a woman. When you are a child, you are a woman. In Sahaja Nirvikalpa, Sahaja Samadhi, you attain a state where you don't have to remember. Any practice is not required. It's done. It's like after learning driving, you don't need driving lessons anymore. It's over. So sometimes Ramana Maharshi gets up in the morning, cuts vegetables in the kitchen, goes to the garden, waters the plant, then goes for walking. There's nothing called closed eyes and sitting. Nothing is required. Sahaja Samadhi, natural state. One person came to Ramana Maharshi's ashram. Ramana Maharshi is talking to people. He started shouting, Ramana Maharshi, I thought you are a great saint. You are in Virupaksha cave, you are meditating. Now you are actually interacting, you are fallen. He doesn't understand. Ramana Maharshi at that time was practicing Nididhyasa or self-inquiry. So now he is in Sahaja Samadhi. He doesn't need any practice. So sometimes when people ask a question, Ramana Maharshi will open his eyes and sit like this. Bahya Nirvikalpa Samadhi. It's not a practice. To teach people that Bahya Nirvikalpa, Ramana Maharshi will sit like this. Okay. So now Sahaja Samadhi is the natural state. Sahaja Samadhi is Mukti, liberation. What will happen to a person in Sahaja Samadhi? The last sloka, 31st sloka, this sloka is called, by holding him, means Atma, who is high and low, para and apara, the fetters of the heart are broken, all doubts are solved, and all karmas wear away. Vidyate hridaya grantihi, chidyate sarva samshayaha, tasmin drashte paravare. Tasmin drashte paravare. Vidyate hridaya grantihi, chidyate sarva samshayaha, tasmin drashte paravare. Means the knot of the heart is broken. What is the knot of the heart? Yeah, we know all this, no? I went to the doctor. There's a block in your heart. You have to put a stent. Right? So this is not the block in the heart like that. Surgery will not solve this problem. The block in the heart called Hridaya Granthi. Another name for that Hridaya Granthi is called Chit Jada Granthi. Chit means consciousness, Jada means inert. Something stitches together Chit and Jada is called Chit Jada Granthi. What holds together matter and consciousness? I am the Sakshi, and body mind is inert. In between these two, there's an ego which holds these together. Consciousness and matter is held together. That's why you say, I am body. Where I am is referred to consciousness, body refers to matter. So I am body, the ego holds body and consciousness together. Here, the consciousness and inert matter, they have totally different nature. They don't have the same nature. Consciousness is Chaitanya, body is inert. They are like water and oil. Water and oil can never mix. But consciousness matter appear to be mixed up because of the ego, Chitabhas, ego, which is actually holding them together. That ego which holds them together is unreal. The water and oil cannot be held together. Consciousness and matter cannot be held together. But it appears to be holding together. And appearance, what appears to be holding together is unreal. That's called ego. Ego is mithya. But it's surviving because of ignorance. We don't inquire. Inquiry only will break the ego. Without inquiry, it will continue. So why I am still having the ego? Why I am still having the ego? You are not inquired. What is ego? The nature of ego. Sri Ramana Maharshi gives a story. There's a marriage party. There are some well-dressed people who come to the marriage party only to eat food, enjoy food. So they talk to the guy's side as if they're from boy's side, and boy's side they talk as if they're girl's side. Boy's side thinks they're girl's side think they're boy's side. But these are people who have come there to eat food. Party. Then somebody gets a doubt. Who is this person? They'll ask girl's side. Then seeing these people are inquiring, these people run away. Similarly, that ego disappears when you start inquiry, self-inquiry. Who is this ego? Who am I? That's why Ramana Maharshi says, who am I? Chit Jada Granthi is broken. When you realize I am the Sakshi, I am Akhanda Ananta Sanatana Brahma. Vidyate hridaya grantihi, chidyate sarva samshaya, all doubts will go. The doubts will go when the clarity emerges. What is Atmadnana? What is Brahmadnana? What is Mukti? What is Sadhana? All this doubt will go. That doesn't mean that you will get an answer to all questions? No. Ego is the doubting Thomas. Ego is the one who has a question. When ego disappears, questions also disappear. Doesn't mean that you will get a questions, answer to the question. The clarity will be there. So that's why when Gnani speaks, a crystal clarity will be there in his communication. That's the nature of Gnana. Somebody says, I am Gnani. Somebody is a Gnani, but he's not able to communicate clearly. There's a block in the mind. Sarva Samshaya has not gone. Ramana Maharishi talk you see. Nisargadatta Maharaj talk you see. Crystal clear clarity is there. That's because of Gnana. All Sarva Samshaya has gone away. Kshiyante tasya karmani. All karmas are burnt. Sanchita karma is gone. Prarabdha karma is gone. Agami karma is gone. Kriyamana karma is gone. Prarabdha karma continues. Body continues because of Prarabdha karma. Why body continues? Because through the body, some loka kalyana has to happen. The teaching has to reach people. From Gnani's point of view, there's no Prarabdha karma also. Prarabdha karma also is burnt because he is not the body. But from the world point of view, Gnani's body will continue. So now, this life of a Jivan Mukta is sahaja, natural, spontaneously lives. So how does a Jivan Mukta live? What do you do? So somebody asked like Zen master, before enlightenment, what is the difference? Before enlightenment, I used to fetch water, cut wood, cook food, and eat. After enlightenment also, I fetch water, cut wood, cook food, and eat. What is the difference? The mind is silent. That's all is the difference. Otherwise, actions will not, action through body and mind will continue. So now, Dehabhimana goes. It means attachment to the body goes. So please understand what is the meaning of Dehabhimana goes. Otherwise, we'll get confused also. Dehabhimana goes, so suddenly body will drop, the Gnani will drop dead. No, it doesn't happen that way. Dehabhimana has two dimensions. Biological dimension and psychological dimension. Biological dimension, I am the body, will continue because eating the food, digestion, activity, I am the body, concept is therefore biologically. But psychologically, there is an attachment. Psychologically, it is hurt. I am born, I am growing old. When will I get enlightened? Okay, when I die, there is fear. All this psychological attachment will drop. So Dehabhimana is two types, biological and psychological. Biological attachment will continue until Prarabdha karma is over. Psychological attachment drops with Nirvikalpa Dnana. So we should not confuse Nirvikalpa Dnana. We should understand Dehabhimana drops means biological conditioning will continue. It doesn't go. And Gnani will also get hunger. Gnani also will water. So biological condition will continue. But I am suffering because I don't have food. I'll die. I'm born. All those psychological conditioning goes. And such a person becomes Brahmanishta, established in Brahman. When is Brahmanishta? When he has attained, I am Brahman thought naturally. Doesn't have to think. Like you don't have to think I am a woman. You don't have to think I am a man. I am Brahman thought is natural to him. And that reflects in his behavior also. His behavior becomes Stita Pratna Lakshana. Dukeshu Anigramana, Sukeshu Vigata Spraha, Vitaraga, Bhayakrodaha, Stitaji Murichate. Many of the Stita Pratna qualities will come through him. And all his actions, or many of his actions, are for Loka Sangraha. Because if I am the world, I am Brahman, and the Brahman is the totality, his mind will be full of compassion and love. Okay? His actions are naturally spontaneous, loving, and compassionate. It is not that, oh, I am Brahman, I am bored of this world. No. The world is Mithya. No. I am Brahman, the world is Brahman. That is the establishment in the Nirvikalpa Dnana. The Light of the Self Foundation has various social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, and WordPress or website. You can subscribe to that and you can also forward it to your friends. And we have a lot of children program called iLead. You can also subscribe to them. Close your eyes. Sit silently. Antarnididhyasa. Rupan with Savikalpa Samadhi. There are three seers. Sense organ, seer number 1. Mind is seer number 2. And Sakshi is seer number 3. I am the seer number 3. I am the seer of everything, but I cannot see myself, or nobody can see Sakshi. Step number 1. Drashyanvit Savikalpa or Rupanvit Savikalpa. Thoughts and feelings and emotions and sensations appear and disappear. What appears and disappears is mithya. I am seeing thoughts, feelings, and emotions because of the reflected light, Chidabhasa, on them. Reflected light points to the original light, Sakshi. I am Sakshi. With that, Savikalpa Samadhi, hold on to thought called I am Sakshi. There's an ego there. Then come to Shabdanvit Savikalpa Samadhi. What is the nature of Sakshi? Sakshi is Sachidananda Swarupa. Sakshi is Asanga. Sakshi is Brahman. With that thought, drop this thought called Sakshi. I am Brahman. I am pure awareness. So now you have to change everything to I am. The moment you change everything to I am, it becomes Aparoksha Jnana. I am Sakshi. I am pure awareness. Shabdanvit Savikalpa Samadhi. Shabdanvit means Vedantic teaching you have to hold on. Then Nirvikalpa. Savikalpa Samadhi, there is an ego. In Nirvikalpa Samadhi, sit silently. Let the thoughts sink in deeper and deeper into your subconscious and unconscious. Relax. Nirvikalpa means there is no subject-object duality. The thought has gone from conscious mind to subconscious mind to unconscious. There is no subject-object duality there. Now let us look at Bahya Nirvikalpa, Bahya Samadhi. Rupanvit or Drashyanvit Bahya Savikalpa. The entire world, so many objects are there. The nature of the world is Asti Bhati Priyam Nama Rupa. Existence, consciousness, happiness, and name and form. Any object in the world, the name and form constantly changes. Change is the nature of the world. But one is unchanging is Asti, existence. The sun exists, the tree exists, moon exists. In reality, existence appears as sun, existence appears as moon, existence appears as tree, existence appears as flower, existence appears as my body. The form changes, the name changes, but existence doesn't change. I am that existence, Sat Swarupa. You have to hold on, you have to bring the thought called I am that existence. That's called Aparoksha Jnana. Now, Shabdanvit Savikalpa Samadhi. Shabdanvit Savikalpa, Bahya Savikalpa. You have to bring Vedantic thought. What is existence? Existence is Akhanda, partless, Ananta, infinite, Sanatana, timeless, Akhanda, Ananta, Sanatana, Brahma, Shivoham, Shivoham. I am that Shiva. I am that infinite existence. Now you are holding on to thought that I am that infinite existence. You have dropped the object. You are no longer focusing on the object. Then stay in the Nirvikalpa, thoughtless state. Let the thought and the Akhanda, Ananta, Sanatana, Brahma sink into the conscious and subconscious mind, subconscious and unconscious mind. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuduchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Nanembudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivananani Shivoham 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 Atmadarshanam ब्रह्मदर्शनम सत्यदर्शनम अंतर्ज्योति बहिर्ज्योति प्रत्यक ज्योति परात्परा ज्योतिरेव ज्योति स्वयं ज्योति आत्मज्योति शिवोऽस्म्यहं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम